on some tags. These are Citrus Journal Studio. They are super beautiful, and I mistakenly printed it on a regular copy paper, and I want them to be sturdier. So I'm taking cardstock and I'm cutting it about the same size as that tag. I'm gonna glue it in here, and then I'm gonna glue also in the back. This is Creative Expression Worn and Weather, and they are super good for backgrounds. So I'm gonna find a background here that I like. There's all of them I like, but one that will go with my card, and put it in the back. If your paper, the paper that you're using in your background, is a copy paper, then I recommend that you do this step of gluing it first, gluing this first to cardboard. But this paper has some substance. It is not copy paper. It's a tiny bit strong. So I don't think I am going to glue it to copy paper, cardstock first. And I decided on this one because there's some pink on this, and I wanted it to bring the pink on the back. So I'm just going to marking here where I have to cut. This paper has some writing, so I want to make sure the writing are the right side before I glue these. So this is a glue that I'm using. It's a photo glue stick, acid free. And I am going to also put some of the other glue on, especially on the, and you have to go fast when you do this. Now I'm going to check on the right side. I'm gonna start at the top. I think I did a better job now. Sometimes you can use a credit card. Let's see if I have one in here. Now you're gonna find that you need to trim it. This is the one that I just did. See how pretty? And so I'm going to trim it at the top. I'm gonna use my cutter, the one that you have to be very careful about. Okay, and it also needs some trimming in the back, a tiny bit. Maybe a tiny bit more than that. Okay, and on this side, so trim whatever you need to trim so that it looks nice. Do not worry if you have some white left, because we are going to put a tiny bit of, the scorched timber, no, the walnut stain. But I'm going to cut this with the scissors. And now I'm gonna use the scorched timber, and first do this side, then I'm gonna turn it and do the other side, because this will paint only the top side, and that will remove any white. Now this side is not painted, it only paints the top, the way I'm doing it. So I'm gonna put a tiny bit on this side, not too much, because my look on my journal is not scrunchy. It is more bright and more chic. There's still a tiny bit of, so you put the blue, the color one and the back side in here, and then the side that has that pin that is going outside like that is the one that is gonna go on the bottom, and the other one is going at the top, and you're gonna close it, and then you have to press hard and that's it. Okay, so now we're gonna put some ribbon, and even though this has a lot of orange, I want to bring that pink that we have in here, so I'm gonna look for a light pink ribbon. Looking for a ribbon more into that color, but this one is fine. It's not the one that I wanted, so I want to cover it like that, so I'm gonna put an extra so that I do not run short. Oops. And I am going to go through here, and I think we didn't ink that one, so let's go to the ink. Let's go do some inking with the walnut stain, because I can see the white in there. So you don't want white showing. So let's do the one, I can do that outside of camera, the one that is already inked. And let's put the ribbon. So I'm just going to put two knots, one knot. So, well, gonna double that. Okay, so that is my tag. I'm gonna show you another type of tag. Show you the back. I forgot to show you the back. See how pretty it is in the back? Okay, so these are my tags. Let's go to the next one. Now we are going to do a different type of tag. We are going to use a napkin. Look how pretty this napkin is. Now, I am going to use glue, and I'm going to use this product, Mod Podge. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find some scotch tape, a piece of scotch tape, and I'm going to go in the back and remove the outside ledger, like that. I'm going to remove this ledger, and I will be right back. I think this doesn't have any other ledger because I can see the design, but sometimes you have two ledgers to remove. Now I'm not gonna throw away these because we are going to use this. We are gonna use this ledger too. Okay, I am using junk. That's why this is called junk journal, because you can use any cardstock that you find. And see, I'm gonna leave that section because I'm gonna use all this, but I'm gonna remove that because I don't need it. So I'm gonna cut my junk to the size that I want, and I'm gonna check. This is the part. It has two different designs in here. But I like the one that has the feather, so I'm gonna use that side, and I am going to put it so that most of the flowers are inside and part of the feather, and still that's a good size. So I'm going to cut these. I'm gonna tell you to how much. It's gonna be 8.5. So 8.5 by 4 3/4. And cut that section. Now I don't like that showing. We're using these. I'm gonna use these for the back, and it's gonna show whatever is underneath. So I don't want that showing. Tumble mono correction tape. Next, I'm finding a magazine that I got in the mail. And using that to put the Mod Podge. And I'm gonna use these, and I'm gonna glue it in there. And you know what? I'm just gonna cut. I'm gonna wet my brush, and I'm going to mix this, and then I'm gonna apply it in here. So I am going to apply this completely in here. Trying to spread it so that it doesn't have a texture underneath. Immediately I'm gonna put these. Make sure you have that, and since that I didn't cut it big enough, so I will have to cut more or I can take a piece of here and apply it in there. Why not? I'm not sure. I'm gonna cut that section. That's all right. And let me make sure that this is completely, and I don't want it adhering at the bottom, and that's what's gonna happen. And I'm going to put more of these at the top. And let this dry. It's gonna have some texture. Going to remove it from here and let it dry. I did one with Mod Podge and it's drying in there. Now I'm gonna use something different. I'm gonna use the glue stick and some of the, so I'm gonna apply this to the card. A heavy amount of glue in here. And I am gonna also put some of the other glue to make sure that everything stays in here. I have to work fast. Okay, I'm just gonna put that amount. And let's print this. I want the Oh well, whatever is, whatever is. Didn't take all the flowers, but that's all right. I think I like this method better than the other. So I think I'm gonna do this method. And it seems that there's no glue in there. Yeah, this is less messy than the other one. Okay, I'm going to cut it. The only bad thing about these is that you're gonna get your glue on your scissors. But you know what? I think I'm gonna cut that top section. Doesn't want to glue in there. So I think this is, you get faster results. It's not as messy. You don't have to wait until the dries. But we're gonna do, oops, this didn't glue well in there. So you know what, I'm just gonna put the glue on top and see if that helps. Because this is so thin that it might seep right through. Well, if not, ooh, it did have another coat. No, it did have another coat. Oh no, it did have another coat. That was bad. Okay, so I lied. It had another coat, which I'm gonna use for the back and leave this like that. Ooh, that's so pretty. Look at that. It did have another coat. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave that as my back and I'm gonna put this one in here. Okay, let's glue this other section. That's alright if you have wrinkles. It's not, doesn't have to be perfect. And the wrinkles give character to it. And I think the wrinkles are the glue. the extra glue that I put in there. I want to show you how beautiful the one with the Mod Podge is looking versus the one that was glued. We'll see if it dries that pretty. This is the final result. This is the one that was done with Mod Podge, and this is the one that was done with the glue stick. I definitely like this one more because of the vibrant colors. This is the napkin. You see? This is even lighter than the napkin, and this is darker than the napkin. It is super, super pretty, so I really like the Mod Podge. The only thing is that it has a lot of texture. So if you don't want to have texture, then go with the using the glue. And I use this glue. But I really like the one with the Mod Podge. So this is the one with the Mod Podge, and this is the one with the glue. I hope you liked the experiment that we did, and please Please subscribe to the channel and come back for more videos. Have a wonderful day.